If I had my way, I would ban, remove, and replace all job titles in the 9 to 5. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be addressing the very real problem right now in society, but specifically in the workplace, and that is job titles going to people's heads and how it's quite a negative thing if it's a misinformed job title, misleading, no relation to the actual job that you do. It's non-inspiring and the effects that it actually has on a company culture. So I'm going to dive into it in today's video and try and cover off as much as I can and actually back up the fact that I would ban, remove and replace a lot of job titles if I had that power to do so. And I'm going to give you the reason why in today's video because I've got my trusty notepad so we do not miss a thing. Now let's jump straight into it. There are two types of bosses, management if you will. There are dictators, okay, who love power, control, they're quite egotistic, they're very blame culture, they love punishment as a result of you not doing your job, lack of empathy, lack of compassion, no responsibility. They are obsessed with their status because they love going to a barbecue to tell someone they don't know what they do and how much control they have, right? I used to hate it. I saw it all the time in my last job. And that's a toxic environment. Right? It's not a happy place to work in. And I know that because there've been studies done on it and a lot of people reach out to me reporting this problem and I've seen it firsthand. I mean, if you've seen it firsthand, let me know in the comments below. Now, on the other side, on the good side, there are leaders who lead from the front, set a good example. They are people's people. They have compassion, they have empathy, they understand that they are looking after, not managing, looking after people who have real lives and are going through real things. They take responsibility for the good and the bad. They're not bothered about the status as long as everyone's happy and they go home safe. And they create a happy environment so people are happy to come in the next day. And there's maximum output for that company. I find it bonkers how if you have a toxic culture, high turnover, productivity is kind of a little bit stagnant but slowly on the increase. Yeah, if you've got a happy culture, everyone loves their jobs, output goes through the roof. Mad, isn't it, how CEOs and big owners aren't actually coming down on the toxic cancer within, but hey, I'm trying to address the problem. Now, for the record, there have been studies that companies who have a happy culture by offering job titles that are actually reflective of what they do, people have less stress, there's less mental health issues, and staff turnover is massively reduced when the job titles actually reflect what they do, opposed to just giving someone a power-hungry title. Now, something that really used to bother me, terminology and the wording of job titles does have a massive effect on how someone feels, therefore the output in their job and the company as a whole. So there's this huge devaluing of people by what you call them. So terminology is super important. I'll give you an example. I used to hear this all the time in my last job when managers would say, I have 30 employees under me. No, you don't. You have no one under you. You don't own the company because you weren't that bold and brave to actually go start your own company. You had to climb the bloody corporate ladder. But you don't have anyone under you. No one is under you. You're a human being. You bleed the same as the cleaner. So cut the nonsense, the rubbish, the power-hungry control, the dictatorship. Cut it out. But I used to hear it all the time. Or my workers will do that. I've got workers that will do that. No, you don't. Again, you weren't bold enough to start your own company. You have to climb the corporate ladder. And you do not have workers, you have team members, you have staff, you have real people that are living lives that you should respect and look after and serve as the leader, which I'll come on to now. Now listen to the difference on how it sounds and how it comes across, because this is what we need to address, right? Employee, worker, staff, team member, manager, man management, micromanager, team leader, or project leader, senior regional manager, or area project partner or leader, taking more ownership of the job role of looking after a bigger area and more people. Okay, you're leading typically a project of some sort. The whole manager falls on man management, micromanagement, telling people to suck eggs. Or what I would do is I would name people by levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, whatever it might be. Because then it's not so attractive to go around bragging about your title. Now, managers love to go to a new place where they can flex their titles. Now, people become obsessed and overcommitted and overinvested into titles in the corporate world. I've seen it firsthand. And what it does and they don't realize it, it doesn't allow them to pivot. So for me, as someone who was quite entrepreneurial and got out of his job, I knew I didn't want to be attached to another company or a title, because if I had to take less pay by becoming a shelf stacker, but it gave me more time and flexibility to move in the direction that I wanted to, I haven't fallen into this corporate trap of being obsessed with a job title and a salary. So I would say knocking back these job titles and replacing them with something that is more directional in actually what they do, it allows you also to pivot, job hop, go on to another career, earn more money because you haven't become invested into being a general manager because you like the sound of it and you like going to the pub and telling everyone what your job title is. That's the society that we're in, right? Even when I'm invited onto podcasts, slightly different subjects, but people say, what do you want to be introduced as? I just say Aaron Knightley. I'm not bothered about being called a business owner, an entrepreneur, whatever. Aaron Knightley, I'm good with that. You know, I'm a busy person who likes to help people along the way. That's it. Whatever you want to call that, happy days. But I'm not attached to any title, which allows me to pivot. And I would recommend you all do the same. Now, the respect, this is what gets me, this is what I cannot stand. In the workplace, regardless of your job title, the respect levels should never change. And this is something I could not stand to watch, nor did I respect any manager that devalued and talked down to, say, a cleaner. A cleaner might be on 17,000 a year and the manager's on 45,000, 50,000, and they feel that salary and that job title allows them to talk down to someone, that they're beneath and under them. It's not acceptable. And I would say to anyone watching this, if you have ever experienced that or going through it, you need to know your worth and your value and self-respect. It is not okay for someone who earns more money, who bleeds the same, breathes the same, wakes up the same way, to talk down to you. This is why terminology is so important and the respect levels are so important, and you should work for a company that really values respect amongst its workers and its staff and everyone that's in that kind of work community, right? It's unacceptable. Now, titles make people overcommit and forget themselves. You lose who you are as a human being. So my recommendation is, if you are in a workplace where it is predominantly driven by getting the job title and promoting to the next job title, you're not in the right place. You should be in a place where you enjoy your work, it's a good culture, there is the utmost respect for everyone, regardless of what level you're at. And you have to remember, another adult should never control you based on the title. Now, I hope this has been a bit of a wake-up call. We should, and we could, replace the corporate world and the workplace as a whole with better titles that are more fitting, which ultimately will lead to a better work culture and a healthier output for the company. And then the boss at the top reaps the rewards, right? Why would they not want to do that? But look, I'm here to bring awareness about it. If you could relate, or you've ever gone through anything like this, please do let me know in the comments below and I will reply to all of you. Until next time, please do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.